Hello everyone, my name is Ian Lamont. I'm the publisher of In 30 Minutes guides, including LinkedIn in 30 Minutes. Today we're going to be talking about how to invite people to expand your LinkedIn network. Now, you may have a LinkedIn profile and you may have lots of connections. This is going to show all the people that I'm connected with. I think it's around 450 or 500 or something like that. But in many cases, you will be constantly expanding your network. There might be someone that you meet at a conference, or someone that you know is in your industry, and you want to get closer to them to add them to your network. So here are all my existing connections. But let's say I want to add somebody new, and that person's name is Neil Young. So I'm going to type in the LinkedIn search field Neil Young, and what it does is it shows a bunch of people named Neil Young, starting with the people who are closest to you in the LinkedIn network. And it says the top result here is Neil DeYoung, second. Let's take a look and see what that means. It's going to show me his profile, and then it will show some other information that informs us about how we're connected already and what the second, the number 2 network means. So, Neil DeYoung, he works in New York City in the publishing industry. Over here it says how you're connected. It says you, one of my existing connections, Angela, and then it says Neil. So Neil is connected to Angela, who's connected to me. If I wanted to add him to my network, I'd click on this button, Connect, and I'd be brought to a form which basically lets me send an invitation to him. But there's a couple things that you should know about this form. Invite Neil to connect on LinkedIn. One is you have to indicate how you're connected. For instance, a colleague, a former classmate, a friend, other. And in many of the cases, when you click on something like a colleague, you have to show which company that it was at. Or if you say other, you'll be asked to enter his email just to make sure that you know him. And LinkedIn is very big on making sure that you invite people you know well and who know you. Let's say that I was going to go through with this. I can include a personal note. LinkedIn creates a default note. I'd like to add you to my professional network on LinkedIn. It's a bad idea to use this as your invitation point because the person who receives it may not know who you are, even if you've seen them several times, or maybe it's somebody you saw at a conference a couple months ago. But if you just say this, how will they know that? So you should change it and say, "Hi Neil, we met at the Austin Book Publishing Conference in July. I hope we can connect on LinkedIn." Okay, so that would hopefully trigger his memory, and he could either accept it or deny it. Now, let's take a look at somebody else named Neil Young. And this Neil Young that I'm interested in connecting with is actually a very famous person. He's a musician who started in the 1960s and has been pretty well known ever since then. And basically, if I search for Neil Young in LinkedIn search, he'll be presented as one of the options. Here we go. Okay. It's this one right here. Now, you may be surprised to find out that famous people are on LinkedIn, but actually many people are. I just discovered that Bruce Springsteen is also on LinkedIn, and I'm sure if you hunted around, your favorite musician or actor or actress or politician could be on LinkedIn as well. But the issue with this Neil Young, the famous Neil Young, is I don't have any connection with him. And in fact, he only has one other connection with somebody else. So he's not really plugged into the network. And if that's the case, you can't connect with him easily. The button for someone who's in your second degree network would say connect. But in this case, it doesn't say that. It says send Neil InMail. And InMail is a paid service. You have to buy some InMails that basically let you connect with anybody on LinkedIn, but I'm not ready to do that. Connect is given as an option in the drop-down, but there will be some restrictions around doing that. And one thing for somebody who's famous, he or she will probably be receiving lots of invitations all the time and may not really be paying close close attention to them. So again, I'm presented with this field. I can choose something, and in this case, it's going to be very hard to make a connection because I don't know his email address. And even if I did, I'm not sure he's going to answer. But in some cases, well-known people, they like to build out their network, and maybe you do know somebody famous, and that would be the way to connect with them. And then once you do send that invitation, they will either be notified when they visit LinkedIn up here in the upper right-hand corner. They'll see invitations from different people, or they may get an email message saying Ian Lamont wants to connect with you on LinkedIn, and then they can follow the link to either accept or decline. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this short video. To find out more about how to use LinkedIn effectively, we have a great book called LinkedIn in 30 Minutes. To find out more, go to in30minutes.com. Thank you.